Hello, good evening, and welcome. It is January 12th, about 6:18 in the evening, and if all goes well, in about 10 minutes, the gentleman who hopefully, I literally have been thinking about this all day, will hopefully um, want to have some interest in writing, composing, performing, whatever the music for Act Break. So he was going to watch it yesterday. So added kind of element, which Reese pointed out to me yesterday because I hadn't really thought about it too much, is that this guy is the first person who's watched the movie at all. I haven't even watched it all the way through. Gosh, I don't think I have. And so, of course, I know the movie inside and out. I've worked on it forever. The people who were on set obviously know about it. Reese and Brett have watched it. Well, they didn't watch it through all the way, though, bits and pieces. And I don't know if this gentleman will or not, but um, I don't know what the adjective. It's not really scared, apprehensive. I mean, think about something. Now it's been over 3 years since I started writing it. 4 months since we shot it. So very tense, maybe. So my plan is I'm going to see if he will agree to either at the least be maybe recorded, audio recorded, or maybe depending on how things go. Because when he gets here, I'm going to say no pressure, but how did you like it? Because if you didn't like it, I'm throwing you out of here. Not really. So I just wanted to document this moment in history, which could be a total, tiny pimple on the butt of history, or it could be the Mount Vesuvius or Mount Everest or Mount St. Helen. I don't know which of those three would be the best. I guess, well, I don't know. That's another metaphor for another time. So I am just going to pause this, I think. And then once he gets here and we do some small talk, we'll see how it goes. This, don't tell anyone, but this is probably better than Christmas, at least right now. It might end up a lot worse, but we'll see. Oh, I can't pause this. For some reason, OBS doesn't let you pause like it used to. I have to stop, but it doesn't matter to you. All right, that is the prelude. I will see you maybe for the main act, or depending on how things go, I'll see you for the postlude. When last you heard from me, which is no time because I spliced these two together, but I was waiting for the gentleman to come over. I won't tell anyone his name. You wouldn't know him anyways, but he will soon be famous. So he came over and we spent about an hour and 35, 40 minutes talking. And then he had some notes from having watched it. He played a little music here and there, which I recorded on my iPhone, so not high quality, but that's fine. Plus, the piano makes a lot of noise, just the sound of the keys going down, so it's not like anything. So he did that, and then he had the notes, so I had the movie pulled up, and we started watching through it. As we did, unfortunately, I found one more continuity problem, and I don't know how I'm going to solve that one. But so he goes, yeah, at 4:15 I was thinking of this, and then he would just play a little of it, and then after a while we actually would play the movie, and he was sitting over here by the piano so he could see the monitor, and he would like play a little bit. He did that for like 3 or 4 scenes, just little bits, and it was so awesome. It was just wow. What a privilege to know this guy. He works at the high school. He teaches there, but he does all the music for the plays. And when Reese and Brett were in high school, he was like the orchestra pit leader. He plays piano primarily. I'm sure he can play other instruments, but he just is one of those guys who he'll just sit down and start playing either original stuff or by ear, just songs. So savant or whatever you want to call him, but just it's so great. Just so privileged to be sitting here listening and have him comment that, wow, this looks really good. I mean, it looks good, as in it looks like a movie, and he goes to performances, and having known Reese and Brett and worked with them in high school, he just, is connected to it. So I hate to say get a little emotional as I record this, but yeah, it was, I don't think it could have gone any better. Man, you can hear my nose get stuffed up. On a side note, I saw Song Sung Blue last night. Oh my gosh, there's a few funny parts and a few happy parts, but oh my gosh, I wasn't bawling, but it was what a great movie. Back to this one. So the plan is that I'm going to talk to Reese and Brett about this, and I recorded everything so I can send it to them. I don't know how much of it they want to listen to in terms of what we talked about, get their general thoughts, and then the musician, the composer, performer, already has obviously a copy of the movie. So I told them that I would talk to Reese and Brett and find out if we want to make any changes. But I mean, as I said to everyone, we're not going to reshoot everything. It is what it is. We might tweak a few scenes in terms of takes or, where we cut or whatever. But what he has, I think, is pretty much the film. So he said in about a month, hopefully he can have kind of some bits and pieces and send us a file that we can plug into the movie and kind of watch roughly and say, yeah, we love that. Or, hey, let's go a little darker here. Or we don't really need music here. Or what do you think about this? And then maybe another month, because obviously he's busy too. Another month, we can have something approaching a final. And then I told him April 1st, I just picked that out of the air for a date where, and he still has to figure out exactly how he's going to record it, because apparently he does not have, and I don't think we would want this, where you can plug it into your piano right into an audio recorder, because then you don't get any, to a certain extent of the richness and the reverb and everything. But he knows some people. I know a few people. He knows more people. So he's pretty confident that he can make that happen. So, yeah. So, as I said, it really couldn't have gone better. Unbelievable talent, great guy, super person. So what I have to do is continue praying. No, I need to do a little more color correction. I just saw that one problem that I got to figure out, a continuity issue. Work on the sound, some of the dialogue. I'm waiting for some stuff, and then I've got to do some stuff with like ambient sounds and clean up things as much best I can. The music will cover some of that, but I don't want to use the music to cover anything like, oh, well, don't worry, the music's going to be so loud you won't hear that shift in cricketing between scenes or whatever it is, between shots. So it's kind of, I mean, being this far done with it, I kind of miss waking up and saying after work today or this weekend, what do I get to do on the movie? It's not like, what do I have to do on the movie? Sometimes it's like that, but it's really more like, what do I get to do? Like, I have a job. I'm fortunate to have a job where I get to go to work and do stuff instead of I have to go to work to earn a paycheck. So winding this down, it's not really bittersweet. That'd be silly to say. It's kind of different, and I still have so much work to do on the distribution end and figuring out marketing and all that kind of stuff. And then I am writing the next script, which I don't know how it's coming along. I've written quite a bit, but it's kind of free flowing, so I'm not ready to make any pronouncements on that, and I haven't shared it with anyone yet. So very successful Monday evening. The fact that he doesn't hate it, because if he did, he won't work on it. But he's super excited because he's always kind of, I don't know if he's dreamt about doing this, but we talked about, the greats, the John Williams, the Hans Zimmer, and go on down the line, that just to go kind of through that same process that they go through in our micro budget world, he's pretty excited about that, and I'm highly confident of his competence. So that's all cool. All right, I will leave it at that. I'm going to do a little more color correction, see if I can solve this continuity issue that popped up. It's amazing. I can't, you watch it on a maybe 3-inch by 6-inch, or maybe a little bigger, and now I'm watching it on whatever 27-inch, which isn't that big. But when I see it full screen, there's stuff that I haven't seen. There's even like focus issues, little focus issues. But it is what it is. I'll try to do some sharpening, and I even saw what was weird. It was a white piece of paper, and you saw like pixelization, like you would normally see, like crushing blacks or something, like the black in the corner of the screen here. So that was weird. Anyways, still work to do. Feeling good. I hope this was interesting to get my immediate reaction, and hopefully it wasn't too corny or sappy, but it was awesome. All right, see you around.